Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading on who you are destined to be with. So we have these three wonderful groups, and whichever one you're most drawn to is going to be the one for you. So you can meditate on these three decks or with these three decks, and then you may be drawn to one. Your intuition might just be guiding you to one all of a sudden, or it could be the number, the colours, the crystals, the decorations. So we have group 1 here, group 2 here, and group 3. So those are the piles. The timestamps are in the description box below. And my throat is going a bit croaky, so let me just take a sip of my water as well. All right. So I do want to mention as well, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, all the information is in the description box below. I do a giveaway every single month, so do check out the description box below. Also, private paid reading information is also in the description box below. They're done within 24 to 48 hours, so those are the personal readings. And then finally, I have an Etsy store with intention items on it. So these are intention manifesting items which have been meditated with and saged. They're there to manifest your intentions, and they are handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, your wallet, or your purse. Check out the review section to see how other people have seen results with these items. Oh my gosh, I do apologise. There's also face masks, crystals, divination coins, pendulums, cloth spells, etc. from me to you. The link is in the description box below. Alright, so let's move this back a little bit and move these piles as well to the side. And we got this. Let's take this off. Okay. Don't know what's going on with my throat, but it's cool. We'll get to the reading. If the cards want to stay, all right, that will just do for now. All right, group number 1. Let's have a look and see who are you destined to be with. So this is for future spouse. We're going to get out lots of information such as initials. We're going to get also signs out as well, star signs for example, and charms. We're going to look at tarot. So a lot of information is going to come through, and we'll definitely take a look. It's going to be very detailed. Okay, so we've got this little time here as well. Let's put that right there if it stays, which it's not really going to, is it? Let's just put it there. Let's begin. Okay, Page of Swords. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. King of Wands. 3 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Okay. So the Page of Swords here is very interesting because it shows here someone that's very open, someone that's very talkative, someone that's very progressive. This person is definitely someone who is very adventurous and they love to travel. Now, I also feel like this person has been through some previous heartbreaks because the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, to me, it showcases a relationship that they've had in the past which has really defined them, in the sense that it's not made them, it's made them who they are in the sense that they've learned and really grown a lot from it, and it's taught them a lot. And I really feel like this person's matured a ton in that sense. So the Page of Swords shows that they are quite playful, quite open. They are like that, but also the 3 of Swords here shows that they have been through something in the past which has been very, very traumatic, or very much so full of grief, which they've had to heal from. I don't feel like the person you're destined with is going to cause this, because the 3 comes out with a 10, and when we have this 10 here, what it's really also showcasing is a sense of this having been completed, right? So there's a sense of completion here, and them having felt the most pain that they would feel, or that kind of energy. So the 3 of Swords definitely is this very strong energy of them having really gone through a very, very rough and difficult time. and really coming out of it on the other side being so much stronger and so much more, well, the King of Wands, right? King of Wands is about leadership, it's about passion, so much more, so much more driven, not letting life get them down and being bitter about life in that sense, like really healing and taking care of themselves. So, the Wheel of Fortune was also one of the first cards that came out, and to me this shows that it's very prosperous, it's very auspicious, it's very lucky. The two of you seem to get on very well, and you seem to perhaps even share some of this in terms of the bond, being able to understand one another and being able to understand that sometimes things are not perfect, they're not so simple, they're not so easy, right? And then you've also got the Seven of Cups, which means that the two of you would share your dreams and your goals together and your values together. So that's really what I'm seeing here, is that there may have been something that has happened in their life which has really shaped them up to be perhaps much more mature, much more understanding, and also just so much more appreciative of love and what love also in many ways has to offer. So I think that that's pretty significant here. I don't feel like you're destined here to be with someone who's going to tragically break your heart, but this is more so something to do with the past that they've had to sort of really get through and get over in order for there to be a change of fate in regards to the two of you actually being destined to be together, if that makes sense. Got Magician. Okay. You've got the Four of Swords as well. So Four of Swords is all about peace, and the Four of Swords is also such a strong energy, which is definitely tied to rest as well. So this person's very peaceful. I feel like this person is a bit of a homebody as well. They enjoy being home. They enjoy doing things in their own home, and this person seems to be very balanced. They like adventure, but they also like to be at home. It's not the person that's always just going to be out and about and distracted and kind of leave you hanging, feeling like, what? Hello? So I feel like this person's very balanced, and Magician shows that they're a great communicator, which I think is just so vital. You can say what's on your mind to them, and they will be very understanding and very respectful, because the communication between the two of you seems to be very well balanced, and they are able to listen and they're able to communicate back, which I think is also very important. This person seems to really validate your thoughts and your emotions as well, which I think is extremely healthy. I think that it's important. So that seems to be the case there. Fours in tarot are also about balance. You see, you also have the Three of Swords, and then you have the Four. So it's a progression where whatever they went through in the past has sort of given them a bit more peace. Like they're at peace with their past, is what I'm seeing here, in that sense, which allows them to be stronger towards you in terms of the future that you share. Which I think is really important. So remember, we're looking at who you are destined to be with, so more about this person, but also how the two of you would essentially work together and be together in that sense too, right? So something to keep in mind. Hanged Man. Yeah, definitely a very balanced person, pretty intuitive, very non-fussy, not very egoistic. And so this person can definitely walk over their ego in order to bring you some comfort and peace for sure. So if you get into any misunderstandings, they can be the first one to say, okay, look, let's try and figure this out. Let's try and talk things through, not just randomly leaving you hanging or ditching you randomly, Definitely not that kind of person. This person is a team player. Speaking of which, you've got Eight of Wands, right? So lots of communication, a lot of progression happening in this connection between the two of you. It can be a connection that moves pretty, steadily, right? Pretty steadily. And that's, again, something we see here as well, like a very nice and steady connection. Oh, and the Star card as well. So Star here is about healing. So I feel like they've definitely been through something in the past, and that has they've really healed from that. And when the two of you come together, they'll just be a really reborn version of themselves, which is also stronger. And it's almost like the stars are aligning, and there's this energy of things really coming together in a much more stronger and significant way, which I think can be really beautiful in so many ways as well. And you've got here the Three of Wands, so patience. Okay, so this person is very patient. very patient. Well, there you go. There you go, very patient, which I can see here with the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man as well. They're really, really understanding. They're very communicative. They've been through something in the past. Oh my gosh, that's not the Star card, that's the Hermit. Well, that's so bizarre because I literally saw that as the Star card. It's the Hermit. A lot of you, when you probably saw me read that, you're probably like, Moonlight, that's definitely not. Well, you know, sometimes things like that happen, but it was really, really interesting as it connects to the reading, because the Hermit also shows again that this person is someone that definitely thinks before acting. They're very understanding. They're someone that can walk over their ego. And the Hermit energy here shows that perhaps at times this person can be a little bit more introverted, which I think is also interesting. But remember that everybody has a certain percentage of introvert versus extrovert. No one is 100% introvert. There will always be a little bit of something where they're a little bit more extroverted. Believe it or not, it is the case. Yeah, people can be, you know, shy and things like that, but that's, you know, it's also different as well. But I do feel like this person could be a little bit more on the introverted side, which comes across here with the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man, but still very adventurous. That's so interesting that I literally saw the star. Well, you guys, we do have stars in that card as well, so you know, it's something that I see where the stars can also align for the two of you, and there's a sense of them also just really being at peace with themselves, and in peace towards yourself as well. So let's have a look at the signs and planets and see what comes through here. Gemini and Mercury. Okay, so Mercury makes a lot of sense here, and so does Gemini, because we've got a lot of swords, right? So swords are air energy. We've got quite a few of those here. Okay, so there's Gemini. Okay, so it's going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. We've also got Mercury, which is about communication, knowledge, information, and curiosity. So this person, again, with the Magician right here, makes a lot of sense as well. So I feel like this person, again, is very communicative. You've got that Gemini energy, where it's sort of that twin energy where this person is pretty adventurous, yet still can be like somewhat of a homebody. They are more so introverted, but also they have that little extroverted side as well, just a little bit of that as well that I'm picking up here. So I think that's really interesting with that sort of Gemini energy, but the two of you would really get on very, very well together. That's one thing that's really being picked up extremely, extremely strongly on the cards. And what else can I tell you? In terms of other signs, we do have Pisces, we do have Virgo here as well. I'm reading also the dominant signs that I'm picking up on. So yeah, I feel like those are the main signs. So Gemini, Pisces, Virgo are the main signs we're seeing here. And remember that Mercury is also ruled by Virgo as well. So that's again a big link here that we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of dominant Virgo too. So Gemini, Virgo, Pisces. I would say Virgo and Gemini, they're probably the strongest ones that we do have here in terms of its reading. And we've got three dominant Virgos, right? So we've got Mercury, which is ruled by Virgo. We've got Magician, which is ruled by Mercury, which is ruled by Virgo, and then you've got Hermit, which is ruled by Virgo. So there are three like strong Virgo energies here as well. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. All right, so that is your spread. We're not done yet. Let's go to your charms, initials, etc. Have a look. All right, so we've also got the crystal messages here as well. We'll grab one of those. Let's do that first, and then we'll go to initials, charms, peace. Isn't that what we were literally speaking about? Peace. This person is very peaceful. This person is very calm. This person also brings you a lot of peace, right? Not where you're like constantly worrying about things every 3 seconds. They bring you a lot of peace. They bring harmony to your soul. Initials. H, G, B, R, D. So this can be first name, last name, you know, we've got a V and a P. So those are the main initials that we are seeing. It can also be for their middle name, like, you know, initials in that sense. Let's go to charms. Oh, we've got quite a few here. We've got an O. Got a full stop. So I feel like you'd be with this person for the long term. T and a C. I can also see pot. I can also see cot. I can also see, there's something else I could see. I mean, I could see God as well. So to me, I also, here we've got the cross as well. So something here to do with faith, where the two of you have very similar values in terms of your values. It's so self-explanatory to mention, but yeah, your values align. You've got the home here as well, so this is someone that wants to have family. That's what you would do. This is who you're destined to be with, someone who has those same kinds of values, the same kind of appreciation towards things. Got here a little parrot as well, so you know, perhaps there's this energy of having pets, or even there's an energy of you know, again, the communication being really great, because that's what I think of when I think of parrots. I mean, I have one myself, and he talks to me, and it's brilliant. It's like you can actually, you know, have great conversations, and that understanding is really there. So I know that's a bit random, but the parrot makes a lot of sense. You've got here a dinosaur. Oh no, it's not a dinosaur. It's a dog. I had a feeling. I was like, I wonder if there's a dog here, because dogs represent loyalty, and I don't know why I just thought that was a dinosaur. But you know, dinosaur is also about legacy, and the dog is about loyalty. So I think that is also pretty significant there. Let's just put next to the cross, God. You've got the flower, which is about bloom and growth and happiness. You also have here, I believe this is like a tiger, or what do you call them? Like a panther. Again, we got that energy here with those animals. And then you've also got here a leaf as well. So this is really about growth and evolving together, going through change together. You've got the key, which is about commitment and happiness and being in it for the long term. You've got these beautiful colours here as well. I mean, they don't really represent chakra colours, but I mean, 3 of them do, but not all of them. I feel like this is about just having that balance as well in terms of energy towards one another. And you've got this beautiful, like, holographic, I would actually say it's more iridescent crystal here as well, crystal quartz, which also represents the fact that both of you just feeling like, wow, I'm so lucky, you know, that this person is so special. So you feeling like this person's special, them feeling like you're special. It's just this energy that is so balanced and so mutual and really beautiful on both ends, which I definitely think is something to celebrate. It's really pretty, but this person gives you so much peace in the home sense. Like, you can chill at home and do fun things and just be so happy in each other's company. And I just feel like that's such a lovely energy, and that is what we're picking up on, which I think is so nice. It's so lovely, and just really wonderful on so many levels. It just is. So I'm just going to grab an oracle card as well to top off and finish off your reading. So 1 second, let me just grab them. Okay, so here we go. This is the Whispers of Love deck, which we have, and let's see what your last message is. Sorry, I do this on camera, it's just that my hands are so tiny that I have to shuffle in a different way, and sometimes the cards tend to go a little bit everywhere. I'm going to take this top one. The heart of the matter, there is more going on than meets the eye. So that's interesting. You've got 22 as well, which is a very balanced energy. So some of you might think like, oh, I'm not really sure what this person's going to be like. There's definitely a lot more here. I don't feel like this is a bad card. I actually feel like it's a very balanced card, because it goes to show that you may at first feel like this person, you know, is quite to themselves and perhaps doesn't say as much, but there's definitely a lot more going on, and this person is definitely a lot more exciting, which is interesting that I say that, because, you know, it's interesting. I just feel like sometimes with certain people you might think to yourself like, they're not really that communicatable, they're not speaking so much at the beginning. So this person can be introverted at the beginning, which is an interesting piece of information we pick up, right? But the communication between the two of you is so great, and there's so much more to this person which you discover as time goes by as well. So it's definitely something I pick up, where it's a continuation of getting to know this person, which really grows, and that's what I'm seeing here, the heart of the matter, right? There's more going on than meets the eye, so there's more to this person than perhaps you would first see, which I think is quite significant too. Okay, so that is your reading group 1. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and of course, click on that little bell notification button next to the subscribe button so that you're notified, and my video goes into your subscription box every single time, because sometimes you can be subscribed, but if you don't click on that little bell, you might not get my videos. So yeah, that's that. And also don't forget to check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on Etsy as well. So yeah, do take care, and all the information is always there as always. I just said like the same thing 100 times. Anyways, let's say goodbye, and I hope to see you all very soon, and we'll go to the next reading. Alright, so let me just take away these letters. Crystal. Alright, group number 2, this is your reading with me. Who are you destined to be with? So your future spouse. We're going to look at tarot. We're also going to get initials out as well. We are going to look at star signs. We're also going to do a charm reading as well, and we're going to get an oracle card out, crystal messages, etc. So we've got a lot to look into, so let's have a look. Alright, so you've chosen here this particular group. Let me just move this out of the way actually. And I'm going to put your crystal right here, and I also have this little accompanying piece of decoration. Goes nicely with your reading because it's beautiful and purple. Alright, so let's have a look and see, who are you destined to be with? Okay, who are you destined to be with? This is called the Everyday Tarot, this particular deck, and it's such a wonderful deck for those of you that are looking for something budget friendly. I'd say it's one of the most affordable decks you can get, and it's a really great quality one. Just thought I'd mention that. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I did purchase this myself. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's go with this many for now. So we have got the moon. Straight away, Pisces energy is coming through here. The moon is about someone that's quite intuitive, which I think is interesting. Okay, so I mean, you may be intuitive yourself, but I feel like you're also destined to be with someone who has a great intuition, who is very well connected to themselves, and is someone who is truly a partner, you know, that you can sort of look at the sky with and just enjoy very simple moments with. So to me, when I look at this energy, I think of sort of two people sitting there, even though those are animals. I just want to mention that, like, I am aware that those are actually animals there, but this is about that kind of the kind of visual image that I'm getting, where you can sit with this person outside, stare at the stars, and just enjoy time and enjoy life. And this kind of energy I see here, where you go with the flow and you enjoy what comes through the cycles and the phases. You get through those rough waves, but also the good waves together, and you are able to be the teamwork that makes the dream work. That's the kind of energy I see here. Okay, and then we have here the Tower. Okay, so very similar actually. I mentioned getting through rough patches because life is not perfect, and I do want to mention that life is not perfect. However, there's this really strong energy of the two of you being able to get through, really difficult moments, but also the great parts too. And that is something that's coming through with the Tower, is that it's inevitable because in life there will be some Tower moments, and it's how we get through those that really does matter. And I feel like you will have a partner and a person that will help you tremendously, but also that you will be there for them. And together, this will just solidify the bond that the two of you share. So to me, you're destined to be with someone who is just very, very, very much so there as a shoulder, and someone who is your equal in many respects. Now we've got two signs coming out now. Okay, so the moon is actually ruled by Cancer. Okay. So the actual moon, the real moon, is ruled by Cancer. The moon card in tarot is ruled by Pisces. Don't ask me why that happens, okay? I give you what I see here. But yeah, the moon is, I mean, I can understand why, because the Pisces energy is also to do with intuition and the gut and things like that, which obviously is quite significant. But the other thing about the moon, which I think is really interesting, is that it has, it gives so much, and it really does have that energy that's tied to it. But the other sign, so there's actually three signs that we're seeing here. We're seeing Cancer, we're seeing Pisces, and we're seeing Aries. Okay, so the Tower is ruled by Mars, and Mars has an Aries energy to it. Why is my laptop thing overheating? Why? Hello, why are you overheating? Okay, anyway, so hopefully that should calm down in a bit. We really hope it does. So we've got here also the Knight of Pentacles. We've also got the Ten of Cups. Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups, Two of Swords. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles here really shows someone that is really in it towards commitment, and someone who is very proactive, gets things done, who is just very, very productive and very understanding, and is trying to always do their best towards you, but also in general always trying to do their best, so the Ten of Cups also is a really powerful energy, which is for sure tied to happiness and joy, family, things coming together, being able to be comfortable in each other's energies, right? Again, being by each other's side during perhaps more vulnerable moments, difficult moments, Tower moments, but also being there in times of celebration, in times of happiness, in times of fulfillment. And I think that is so beautiful. You see these two people really by each other's sides, and that is what I see between you and the person you're destined to be with, is that you'll be by each other's side in that sense. Also here we have this little child, so there can be an energy here of a child. Remember also that not everybody chooses to have a child or can have a child in general. So one thing I want to say here is that this could also be the energy of a pet, because some people believe that their pets are children, and it's really, that's so heartwarming as well, But I really feel here that there's an energy here of basically family, okay? So family means different things to different people, and I think that's really important to point out because this is a general reading. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say in terms of like sort of the family aspect of things. But you'll be a unit with this person. Actually, I'm going to stop shuffling because I want to talk about the rest of the cards before I do any more shuffling. The Two of Wands here is beautiful because the Two of Wands represents journey, adventure, the world, okay? And it also shows here that this person could be from a different culture, they could be from a different country, they could have different hobbies from you as well, so that's something that's coming through. So it could be one or the other, or perhaps the mixed combination of all of those things. You could be living at a distance from one another. That's also what the Two of Wands does show here, but it also shows a bridging of that gap and a bridging of that distance, which of course is also pretty significant. The Eight of Pentacles here shows that this person's very hardworking. They are financially pretty stable, which is I think a good thing here. But they are also very, very hardworking, and it really shows through from their energy that this person is always trying to go above and beyond and do the most that they can for themselves, and also trying to bring that sort of stability to the picture as well. The King of Cups is a really strong and very powerful energy, because the King of Cups here shows emotional availability. This person is very, very much so in tune with what you need in life emotionally, so they will listen to you in times of vulnerability, in times of challenge, but also in times of celebration. So they are completely available in that sense. This person's not going to run away if you suddenly have something to say, or if you have something constructive to say, or if you have something not so great to say. This person is truly someone who is there and willing and able to listen and to able to digest and understand that information, and really support you in the way that you need to be supported. I think at the end of the day, that's one of the most crucial things that we do pick up on in regards to this particular spread. And also the Two of Swords shows that sometimes this person can be a little bit indecisive in terms of making certain choices and certain decisions, and that's where I think the teamwork can really come in, because you may know that, okay, let's do this instead, and they might be like, okay, cool, because I really couldn't make up my mind. So that's something to keep in mind, is that the two of you really balance one another, but at times they can become a little bit indecisive in terms of certain things. So just keep that in mind, is that you help to really balance out the energy. Hermit. So you've got Virgo energy as well. So you had Cancer, Pisces, you had Aries, and now you've got Virgo. Okay, so yeah, this person seems to be someone who perhaps does think a lot. They also do come across as someone who is always trying to see the light in things before making really big decisions. So this person's not spontaneous to the point where it can be really, really disruptive. They seem to really think about things and try and look at both sides of things before making a decision, because they know that that's really important to do. So they're not going to make really harsh and terrible and bad decisions in that sense. I mean, people will always make decisions that sometimes they regret, but yeah, they overthink their decisions for sure, because look, you've got the Two of Swords, they can be indecisive, but they do think a lot, okay, before making a decision. And sometimes they don't really get to the conclusion, but they always try to make that the case, okay, where they think a lot. So you've got quite a few cards here. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is about reflection and thinking. Okay, so this person likes to think a lot, which I think is really interesting. I think is interesting, that's funny. Okay, anyways, got the Knight of Wands, which shows that they're very creative and they're very passionate about the things that they do like to do. Again, they have some interesting hobbies, which they may also introduce you to. You've also got here the Page of Wands, which again is this energy of flirtatious energy. It's about intimacy, you being super, super attracted to them, even with the Knight of Wands as well. It's definitely a connection that just really progresses in a direction that makes you feel like, wow, this is exciting, this is fun, this is great. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So you've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So it just goes to show here that you enjoy aspects of the home, you enjoy aspects of one another, you enjoy life together through the good and the perhaps not so great, which is something I mentioned right at the beginning with the moon cards. So it just goes to show that there's a lot of balance, there's a lot of peace, there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of prosperity that I pick up in regards to the reading, which I think is just so beautiful, right? So, so beautiful. Now let's go to the astrology cards, and this also has planets, so we'll see what comes through. Let's get another one. Wow, that almost went everywhere. Hold on a second. Third house. Okay, so this one here says third house. This is the house of the mind and ideas. Here is where we see the concrete thinking, thoughts and communication, mental agility, and the capacity to relate to the most immediate and daily social environment like siblings or neighbours. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Mental agility. Also, they have a lot of emotional agility too. Yeah, they really think a lot. See, it says here thinking, thoughts, communication. I know it says here concrete thinking. This person's really great at thinking. Sometimes they do struggle with making decisions, though, as we saw. Okay, but they have a lot of ideas, and that's something that comes through the Page of Wands as well, which we saw here. Yeah, I believe that's the Page of Wands. So it's interesting. And daily social environment like siblings or neighbours. This person's very family and goal orientated, which I see here as well. Okay, and then you've got here Gemini. I was literally going to say that, and I didn't. I should have. Well, I can show you that I saw it, right? It's literally here. This is Gemini. So there you go, Gemini. Okay, so you've got very, very powerful and very strong Gemini energy coming through there. So that's really interesting for those of you that are interested. It's interesting because Gemini is an air sign, and when I think of Gemini, I think of the twins, and it's so interesting. You've got these two swords, right? Literally right there. So that's very, very interesting indeed. So to recap the signs, what we saw is definitely very strong Gemini, we saw Virgo, we saw Aries, and we also saw Cancer and Pisces as well. So those are the main signs that I'm seeing. Remember, this can be in Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs, so it's just something to keep in mind. So yes, it's a person that we see that you're destined to be with. Now let's go to charms. I'm also just going to get out a oracle card message as well. All right, and we'll see what's coming through. This is from the Whispers of Love oracle deck. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so this one here says, honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. I feel like this person will be quite truthful to you. In fact, very, very truthful to you. And I really do see that energy coming across, that the two of you will be honest with one another in terms of getting through some of the patches and some of the really great times together as well. So that's more of like a message here that's also being given is when you are around this person, it's okay to be honest. It's essential in any connection, right? It's just really important. You can't always just tell the person that you're happy with them every second, because that's not always truthful, right? Like, there are things that will annoy you from time to time. It's only normal, and it's okay to be honest because it's essential. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go to the initials. O, A, T. I'm so sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. I just don't know why it's wanting to make noise today. I feel like it's a fan of your reading, perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, I can hear the fan. I don't know if you guys can. Okay, so you've got oat. I got an A. I know a lot of you can probably see rat as well, but to be honest, this is more so about the initials, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's more about the initials. So you've got an O, an A, a T. You've got an R, a G, a Z. You've got a B. I know we can see boat there as well, but you've got B, a U. You've got an O and another Z as well. So that is what we have in terms of the initials. Let's go to your crystal message now and see what message we have, obviously. All right. Joy. Nice. Okay, so yeah, this person brings a lot of joy to your life. Okay, and it shows through the course of everything, you know, from the Moon card to the Ten of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles. It shows a lot of joy coming your way. So that's what I see in terms of the person you're destined to be with. Some of you might even be sort of checking up whether the person you're actually with is the person you're destined to be with. Some of you have no idea who this person is. So it's really interesting, sort of like the whole way of the reading, you know. Oh wow, we barely got any charms. Okay, so you've got here the green crystal, which to me represents the heart chakra. So this person seems to be very open in terms of love, and this person is very, very generous, which I think is important to mention, very compassionate, and also has forgiveness in them as well, which I think is interesting. But we did have the King of Cups energy, right? So to me, that really represents here that this person is just someone who is emotionally understanding of what people go through and is very forgiving in many ways. But not unless, you know, they're taken for granted over and over again. So it's something to keep in mind. You've got the flower here as well. They're very nurturing. They're not someone that sort of cuts off and sort of picks all the petals off of you or cuts off your wings. This person is someone who would want to nurture, nourish, and sing to the connection and let it bloom very naturally and very organically. Not spray it with bad things. So the full stop here as well definitely goes to show that I feel like this is the connection for the long term. Because I know some people might think like, oh, does that mean that the connection eventually will stop? Well, this is more so an energy of it going long term. Look, everything, I know this is going to sound really sad, but I don't want you to feel sad about this, but this is just how life is, right? everything at some point does come to an end, but this is about knowing that this connection is for the long term, all right? So keep that in mind. Everything at some point comes to an end, but yeah, I don't want to make you guys all feel bad about that or anything, but it's more so about just knowing that, you know, the full stop eventually does come. However, it's about being able to enjoy the time in between, which I think is important. You've also got here this cube, which is the root chakra, sacral chakra kind of energy. I'd say it's like red, but it's also kind of orange. So to me, this is both. First of all, the intimate energy between the two of you is very, very strong. This is also, so, you know, that sort of sensual aspect of things is definitely there, but also that they are very, very stable. They're very secure. They're very self-efficient, or self-sufficient, should I say, and very responsible. So that's why I feel like this stability aspect, no matter where you roll this, it lands very evenly. So that's that stable aspect coming through from their side of things as well, which I think is really, really important as well. All right, so that is what we have for your reading, group number 2. All right, so if this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click on that little bell notification next to the subscribe button as well. If you do subscribe, it will just make sure that all my videos do go into your subscription box on YouTube, because sometimes even if you have subscribed, my videos may not go into your subscription box. I don't know, it's just YouTube being YouTube, but yeah, definitely do that if you choose to. Also, all the information for private paid readings, free reading giveaway, my Etsy intention items are listed down below in the description box below, and yes, charms and letters are also available to purchase on there if you are interested. So that's pretty much that. All right, group 2. So I hope to see you very soon if you do choose to come back, and yeah, that's pretty much all I want to mention now, and I will see you all very soon. All right, take care, everyone. Bye. All right, let us move to group number 3. Put these in here, and here, and here, and here. And here, and here. Okay, so take this away. Alright, number 3, group number 3, come on, group number 3, okay, these cards are just not wanting to, okay, here we go, group number 3, ta-da. Alright, group number 3. This is your reading for who are you destined to be with. So we are going to look at tarot, we're going to get initials out, we're going to get charms out, we're going to get star signs out. We're going to get a lot of information out for sure. It's going to be very, very detailed in regards to your future spouse. So I hope you're prepared, I hope you're ready, I hope you are you're here. So you've chosen this group. Also, I just wanted to mention as well that I'm really sorry if you can hear a fan in the background. It's basically my device. It's kind of making a noise. I don't know why, so hopefully it's not too bad. So I'm just going to put that little charm right there for now. And I'm just going to leave it there for the rest of the reading. Okay, and so we're going to begin and see who you are destined to be with. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, wow, we've got a lot of cards here as well. All right, so we'll definitely, let me just take a sip of my water. Definitely have a look at those in just a little bit. Let's put these ones down first. So you've got the Lovers, nice. Right, that's nice to see. Lovely. I mean, I would hope that the person you're destined to be with would bring you that energy, which they do, which is great. You've got the Seven of Wands here. You've got the Six of Wands. You've got the Seven of Swords, which I think is interesting. I wouldn't say that this card is bad in context, because when I also look through these cards, I don't feel that it's all so terrible. Okay, so you've got the Two of Swords, and I need to explain this so that you guys can understand what it means, right? So you've got the Five of Pentacles, you've got the Two of Cups, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, you've got the Six of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups as well. And let's just shuffle all the cards out first. You've got this card that also flipped over, the Ace of Swords, and you've got here the Ace of Cups. Okay, so from what I can see here is that this person is someone that perhaps in the past was really cheated on or lied to you in a really brutal manner, and that is something that they do have in terms of some issues, okay, which I see with the Seven of Swords, like they have, because this is like who you're destined to be with, right? So this is more so about them and things that they've been through as well, but also how the two of you work together. So I just want to tell you that that's how I'm reading this particular reading. Seven of Swords definitely shows that they were involved in a situation before where someone did this to them, and it definitely ruined their self-confidence and self-esteem for a pretty long time. However, when they come towards you, one thing to keep in mind is that they may still feel a little bit challenged, they might still be a little bit all over the place, but still they will want to be in the connection, and they will really show you that they do care, but they will be cautious, and I think understandably so, because they've been through something in the past and they don't want history to repeat itself, because they're really trying to protect themselves at the same time. So that's the Two of Swords also coming through. Two of Swords is known to be an energy and a card of protection. It's known to be a card of sometimes being defensive, but also at times being a bit indecisive of like, okay, should I do this much or should I do that much? Should I do this or should I do that? So just keep in mind that this person can be a little bit indecisive in those aspects. The Seven of Wands again shows that they do have some obstacles and some challenges to get through, but they are trying to get through them. So again, that goes to show here that they're really trying, okay? This person, no matter their obstacles and challenges and sufferings that they've been through in the past, they will still try to make things work with you. They're actively trying to get through the challenges, the problems, the struggles that they have. The Six of Wands here is about celebration, wanting to make things work with you, understanding your value, despite the pain of the past that they have had to endure. Okay, so you may feel like, okay, this is, you know, at times a little bit challenging, it's hard to figure things out, it's not exactly the simplest of things. However, one thing that I do pick up here is that you will feel like they are trying, and that is something that I really feel that you will appreciate, and as time goes by, they will be so much more open towards you, to the point where you've got here the Two of Cups, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, you've got the Lovers, you've also got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which shows a breakthrough. On top of that, you've also got the Six of Swords, which is about them emotionally getting to a much, much better place, and also recognizing and realizing that you would never cause to them this kind of pain that they have actually had in the past. And that is something that they will just, when they see it, there's a switch, there's a immediate click where they just, you know, they're able to be vulnerable and not be so sort of scared in the sense of trying to put up that defense or trying to put up that wall. They will be super understanding and just very, very, what's the word? Like just very like okay with things, not frustrated with things. They'll be okay. They'll be like, it's okay that I feel like this, or that, you know, that has happened. And I feel like they will definitely communicate that across to you, because you've got the Ace of Swords there. They will communicate the things that they have kept hidden, the things that have really frustrated them and made them feel sad, or why they are being defensive, right? The thing is, this is not going to carry on forever, like as in the sense of when you meet this person, some of you might also be trying to confirm right now whether the person you're with is the person you're destined to be with. What I will say is that it's not a situation I see continuing forever. Like, I do see that there comes a point, you know, soon in the connection where they will very much so, and from when you've known this person, they will be open towards you. It's not going to carry on for years where they are just boxed up within themselves and you're the one doing all the work. No, because I see them trying. So that's also a confirmation for some of you, where it's not going to be like forever you trying to make things work and them not being interested. Like, that's not what I see here, because they will always be somewhat trying, but there comes a point where they will be much more open towards you. I just recognize that my nails kind of match. they match. Okay, so The Ace of Cups here is love. It is about happiness. It's about that progression from the Ace to the Two as well. Here, the Two of Cups is about balance, right? So they will be very balanced emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually towards you in that sense. The Five of Pentacles is not going to stay like that forever. I mean, you know, the thing with the Five of Pentacles is that they may feel really, really awful about things that have happened in the past, but they will also get to a point where they have really healed and been able to move forward from it, because they'll recognize and also realize that this is so much healthier, this is so much better for them. And I also feel like they will not be so hung up on it, but they're more so hung up on perhaps the pain that was caused rather than the person. So keep that in mind as well. But it definitely shows with the Knight of Cups that they will be open and willing to progress things with you, not running away to the point where there's nothing, if that makes any sense. Like, they will be very open and progressive in that sense towards you, which I think is also quite healthy. So the person you're destined to be with has had their own challenges, has had their own struggles, has had their own issues from the past. But one thing I see is that they will be very progressive towards you. They will be very open and willing to sort out things, work on things towards you. And you will see that because they will actually be pursuing you. Okay, I think that's important to mention. Now, the thing is, though, when they pursue you, you might have very fast expectations of where things are going and how they're heading. One thing I would say is keep your expectations, I would say, a little bit more on the balanced side, and let them still show that they are interested, and you give them as much as they give you. Okay, so that is what we are seeing there. I believe I went through every single card. Ten of Pentacles here is about a happy home. It's about family. It's about enjoying time together and the long-term aspect of things. The Lovers here also shows balance as well, and harmony and synchronization, which seems to happen after a course of time. And once they let that wall come down, I mean, that's it. The key and the lock, it's done. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just that it's at that point where it's so stable and it's so committed, and that's what I see there. So the Ace of Cups there is a huge, huge opening, and pretty fulfilling, to say the least. So that's what we have there. In terms of signs, I'm not really seeing... I mean, I see Gemini with the Lovers, but in all honesty, I'm not really seeing anything too specific in these particular cards at the moment. Let's just see what else we have got. So these are the astrology cards. So let's see. Pisces. Okay, so we have got Pisces. So we've got Gemini, Pisces, and Uranus. It's interesting. Okay, we've got Uranus, which is innovation, discovery, individuality, and technology. So that's what we have there. This person could be innovative in terms of their career. Maybe they work with computers, or they work on a computer daily, but this person could also be someone who innovates or invents things. They're definitely a very strong individual, but they've really been hurt in the past, which is something that they will definitely bounce back from. So it's something to keep in mind, which I think is really, really interesting. It's like it's a new journey, it's a new chapter for them, you know, because when you think of Uranus, also think of the Fool. So that's about that sort of progression forward as well, which we see. Let's get the last oracle card out here as well for you. You know, some of you might be thinking, wow, this sounds difficult. The thing is, though, you don't have to really do so much. You can just do things in return towards them and sort of let them get it sort of together, but you're not going to feel like it's extremely, extremely challenging and troubling. They will feel the troubles, but they're the ones that are sort of getting through that. So there's something to keep in mind, is that they're not going to showcase all of that to you, but over the course of time, they'll be much more open towards you in terms of things they faced in the past. Oh, sorry, this card came out and then a whole chunk just fell out. We're not going to take all of those. So here's your card, which is incredible. Look at this. This is such a beautiful illustration. Oh my gosh, you've got like this castle in the background, you've got the pyramids, you've got literally the universe as well. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. So it shows you that this can really come together in a pretty significant way, right? So again, let things naturally happen. You can dream about things, but I'd say keep things balanced, right? So be present as well. Don't just dream of the future, be present in the present. And when you dream of the future, I think that's important to do as well. And when you think of the present as well, do think about the future. I think sometimes that's really important, you know, to keep things a little bit more on the balanced side. So let's go to your charms, letters, and crystal messages. Let's get a crystal message first. peace. Okay, there seems to be a moment of peace in this particular connection where things really come together in a very peaceful way. This person does bring you peace, but you also bring this person peace as well. You also bring this person healing, which I think is really interesting. I'm not saying that you're going to fix this person, okay? We have to make that abundantly clear. They will be able to find that within themselves. However, you seem to bring a lot of peace into their life in that sense as well, okay? So, yeah, you're not going to be their fixer and you're not going to fix them, but you're going to bring peace to them the way that they bring peace to you. And I think that they will recognize just the amount of harmony that exists between the two of you, to the point where they will just want to surrender to it and genuinely trust you. Okay, so these are the initials. So we've got an X, a V, an M, a W. By the way, there are a really good mix of letters actually in here. Just want to mention that, especially when you get sort of like the V's and the X's and things like that. We've got an S, a J, an A, a G, an L, an O, and a K. All right, that's what we've got for the initials. Let's go with charms. So you've got here this charm, which is really to do with positivity, the sun, light, joy. It's to do with self-confidence. So this person seems to be pretty self-confident, but obviously something's happened in their past which sort of hinders it a little bit, but still they do have self-confidence, and the personal power is really what allows them to really have more of that inner peace, which we see here, which allows the connection to really progress and for them to be so much more accepting and trusting. So there's an element here of trust, and there's also this element of self-acceptance as well, personal power, which we pick up on. So they'll be really trusting of you, and that's something that they'll realize as well. I really trust this person, I'm just going to do it, you know? So something we see here, they'll be very communicative with you. This represents the throat chakra to me, so really feel like they'll be very, very on point in terms of telling you how they're feeling and eventually opening themselves up in that sense and letting that wall come down. We also have here the angel as well. Oh, well, actually this is a swan. Well, actually, is it a peacock? We have a bird here. I don't know why, I just felt like it was an angel, but I feel like this is an energy here of just seeing you as someone that's very special and someone who's trying to protect them and someone who is just really there for them. You know, not trying to fix them, okay, in that sense, but you are trying to just be there for them in the way that someone who really cares would be there, if that makes sense. So that's what we see there. You also have here, I believe this is a trumpet. It's so adorable. Music, you know, you are like music in their lives. You bring so much harmony as well. That's what I see. Perhaps the two of you, I feel, also have some great musical taste where you enjoy the same kind of music. I mean, in a very interesting or very specific manner. Some of them might, you know, because this is a general reading, in some situations they might also be able to play this instrument as well. By the way, if anyone wants to purchase these metal charms, they are available on my Etsy store. I thought I'd just mention that because I know I get some comments down below as well. So the heart here shows that they are really, really interested in you. There's an energy of protection. Ice cream, they might really like ice cream. A bit of a graphic message just came through. I'm not sure if you really want it or not. I'm going to give it to you anyways, but you know, it's like they like the way that you taste. Just throwing that out there, okay? Or that you are their taste, you know? So that's something that's coming through. You've got the moon and the stars. It's again about peace, you know, and things really just being very harmonious, and that sense of feeling lucky and feeling like, wow, you know, I wished for this at some point, and sure, it came, you know, kind of like this connection could also come out of the blue. So keep that in mind, or it could have come out of the blue for those of you trying to confirm whether this is the person. But also you've got an angel here as well, so there's only a sense of protection, and also the balloon here is about them letting go, you know, letting go of certain things that they just felt like they had to do in a certain way, and just letting go and accepting that, you know what, maybe this is the time, you know, and this is the right, this is how it was supposed to be all along. So there's that energy that's really coming through, which I sort of pick up on in that sense as well, which I think is really quite significant in so many ways. But I think it's really, really incredible, you know, be in the present, for sure, you know, dream and think about the future, but you want to keep both of those aspects balanced. This person is very balanced. Sure, they've been through stuff in the past, but they do also seem to be quite supportive towards you, and someone that does bring you peace and confidence as well. It seems to be very balanced. So when it gets into that synchronization and that happiness, that mutual balance, it really does flourish. They're not going to bombard you with their issues and their challenges, though. I need you to keep that in mind. They're not going to make you feel bad about the things that they've gone through in the past. They're not going to make you sort of chase after them, or you feeling like you need to chase after them to keep them in your lives. Like, that's not going to happen. That's not what I see. All right. So this is your reading, group number 3. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course my intention items, which are on Etsy. Charms and letters are also on there as well. Do check that out. It's all in the description box below. It'll also be pinned in the comment section as well. And yeah, I hope that you all really found something interesting in this reading that sort of applies or resonates, hopefully somehow. And also, I really hope that you take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all very soon if you choose to come back to my channel. And I'll see you all very, very soon. So yeah, definitely do take care, everyone, and definitely stay safe. So I'm just going to take away these charms as well. I love doing it on camera because there's something so therapeutic about it. Ever since I've been doing it, I just haven't stopped because I don't know why. It feels really therapeutic, for sure. So that is what we have, and yeah, let's take these as well. And that concludes the reading. Bye!